Quiet. Hey, Corey.
How it goes, Andy?
All right.
Any word on your package?
Last I checked this morning, it said it's in Minneapolis. So,
That's positive.
yeah, when I checked yesterday, it was still in Great Britain.
Yeah, well, I had that happen. I was the same thing, Peter.
Hey, Peter.
And then suddenly it was okay. It's in Memphis, which is not the worst place it could be.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know if they just didn't update it or what, but I can't imagine it went from Great Britain to Minneapolis in one day.
No, considering I don't think there are any direct flights.
Yes,
The
exactly.
the Minneapolis to London Express. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't the only one that had stuff stuck over there because I started getting worried. Because this time, for anybody who's listening, we're talking about ordering from Delorean Go. And I love Delorean Go. So this time I figured I'd try to save some money and just go with the um, slowest, shipping because they're really good at shipping fast. And like the
Yeah, I
next
just did
day,
that as well. I think it
the,
took 5 or 6 days.
Yeah.
yeah, well, so the next day, like I got an email, it said it was shipped. And then this was probably the beginning of last week, I think. And then I just I didn't get anything. So I thought, okay, what's going on? And then somebody posted in Delorean owners group that same thing, like it's stuck in France or something like that. I don't know if it was Corona related or what, but it's like, come on, man, I paid for my stuff. Get it. It wasn't their fault. It's just some kind of government thing, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, what can you do with logistics? The thing is it's really not my order. It's parts for Sarah. She's got new calipers, new front calipers coming because we rebuilt her rear ones and that worked well. And we tried to rebuild the front ones, but the pistons were not good. Like they were very pitted inside.
Oh,
So
I
we
see.
thought, okay, if we at least put it together, we have some extra. We had some extra rebuild kits. So let's put it together so it's at least good enough for you to drive. At least the
Mm-hmm.
seals will be better. And then we can do it next time when things show up. And then we had a problem with the bleed screw on the driver's side where you'd push the pedal and you hear that squishy noise and it's spurting out even though it's
Okay.
sealed up. And we were like, okay, that's no good. So we took a very quick peek at some calipers that I put aside way too long ago, and they're no good. So her car is currently a guest in my garage, and my Corvette is sitting outside, and my DeLorean is here
Uh-huh.
at the house. So we're hoping it's supposed to come Tuesday, and
Mm-hmm.
then the choice is either do we go and help her with house stuff to finish off so that she has the time to come and play with the car, or do I just do it on my own? I don't know. So
Sure.
that's the full story, which I thought was just nice filler for DeLorean chat while there's three of us.
Yeah,
not a
I have
movie
it.
night.
Somebody actually asked me to keep going on this when it comes to live, because they listen to the broadcast while they're at work. So I was like, well, I
Nice.
think if I live this in our private group, I can't reshare
I'm not sure.
it. So I thought, well, okay, then I'll just go with YouTube
Well,
for a while and see what happens.
I'll help pad it out for a little bit while we're here without trying to co-opt you and Peter. A Canadian perspective on Delorean Go. It's in Canadian funds, and they can still do shipping free over Canadian $150, which is really hard to beat. If I need to get it tomorrow, I know I can call Midwest, because I always called Midwest. They were who I got parts from. And it was here the next day, as long as I called before like 2 p.m. So within 24 hours, I got parts. But I am paying duty, I am paying taxes, I am paying a ridiculous shipping fee. So it really had to be an important part. Now it's more a case of you just kind of create a little wish list over time. And if the product is considered to be, similar or better than,
I ordered
that's the option.
drink holder, and so it was only $93. So of course I need 100 US for free shipping. So I made sure I got a hat as well. So no, I had
Nice. We expect you to wear it next time once the orders come.
I've been wearing it all day. It's quite warm.
What
it's
kind of
already
hat?
there.
It just says Delorean on it.
Oh yeah, okay, cool.
So yeah, that drink holder turned out to be quite a saga. I think I posted on Fanatics. You can read about it, but it's just some screws, and it should be 5 minutes, but it ended up taking up about 4 hours, taking my console apart and stuff. So,
Oh, you did that? Okay, how'd that all work out?
well, it didn't work very well. There were some mystery screws holding down the armrest. I couldn't get them out.
Mystery screws. I like that.
Yeah, so Christian Dietrich helped me out a little bit, and yeah, there's something strange. I couldn't get the console out entirely. There's some little tiny nuts, and you need like a 3-inch spanner and tiny fingers to get them out.
Oh man,
I couldn't figure it out.
the old tiny fingers.
And I have small hands, but even tinier fingers. And you need a wrench like this to get the nuts out, because they're underneath and they're upside down. They're like underneath and inside the console. You'd have to reach in there and get your.
See, that's what I ordered from Delorean Go was LED lights for the console and the binnacle. So I've never taken the console part off before.
So you remove the coin tray, and then this it's quite bulky piece.
Oh, the big, huge middle piece, right? Whatever that's called.
No, the drink holder is quite bulky that they give you, the DeLorean Go one, and you push all the wires out of the way, and I put it in, and the screws have to meet an angle, and it was out by like 1/8 of an inch, and I tried, and eventually I just pushed it all the way back further than you think, and eventually got it in, and I spent 2 days doing this.
Hey, you're talking about this. You're taking the center console, where the fan. I mean, all the dials and stuff. You're taking that out, right?
No, the armrest.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The
Okay.
back part. Okay. You're doing the front. He's doing the back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna that makes sense now, because I was thinking, why do I got to take the coin tray stuff out?
Yeah,
yours is one bolt.
The shifter stuff and all the front pieces and things, but it wasn't enough. So in the end, I gave up. I reassembled it and I got it back in. So that was my story and the answer to the question about the biggest pain in the ass thing I've ever done.
Yet.
Yeah, so still on my list is an oil change, and I went today to get a oil drain a catcher from AutoZone, and it was too tall. It's like 1 inch too tall to fit under the car, and I still need to order the magic tool from DMC. So I ordered that today. So
for the factory drain plug.
Oh, you have the weird thing. I don't know what that's called. The guy.
I just took a 3/8 drive breaker bar and just ground the side off a bit, and I've been using it ever since.
Yeah, well, I figured $15 to order it. So, of course, I ended up ordering the T-shirt as well. So that was that.
John Parsons in the house. How's it going, John?
Oh, it's going. By the way, did it really seriously just say testing you for COVID-19 as soon as I actually got on?
Did you read the rest of it?
No, it popped up too fast.
Oh, I put a pretty funny thing in there, but honestly, I forget what it was because I put it in a few days ago.
I was actually getting my headsets untangled, and I was like, "What the?"
Yeah, next I'll have to let people hang out in there before. Well, originally I had what was it? Scanning for butt heads or something, and
Yeah,
if you're waiting too long, you must be a butthead.
In other words, if anyone is watching us right now, but it plans on coming in, please take note of what that is. Even have your
what it is.
camera ready to take a shot so you can read it to us.
I don't remember what I put, but it said something about scanning for COVID. Oh, okay. I remember part of what I wrote. Yeah, you'll have to. Whoever comes in next, hopefully they'll read it.
Yeah, this is actually the earliest I've actually got to hop on because
Yeah, what's today? Saturday? You're not at work or anything?
no, I actually had the day off, surprisingly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but I got to work early in the morning, so that doesn't mean I can't be up all night. Yay!
You can only be up till
just
like
until
3,
2.
3 in the morning, right?
No, I got to get up at 8 in the morning, so
Oh, is that early? Is that early for you?
I am not a morning person. I swear it gives me Tourette's every morning. I am not a morning person. Unless it comes to DeLoreans, then I'm up like at 5 in the morning. I mean,
Well, see, this is DeLoreans, so you don't
Well,
even have to wake up.
yeah.
You're already here.
well, touche. You got me that time. Damn.
You know, it's funny. I hate mornings too, but anytime I've ever had an event that I had to get up for using the DeLorean, I was always straight out of bed. Like, oh, what? 5 o'clock in the morning? Sure, I could get up for that.
And okay, you can
But if
call
it's
me.
for work, nope, I am dead.
You can call me weird all you want, but you know what? There's something that we need. I have always loved that old smell, like the interior smell of the DeLorean.
You're weird.
Yes, but I actually no. I actually thought it'd be a cool idea is to actually have like a scented candle called DeLorean interior or something. You know, I don't know.
Intriguing concept, and for those of us who have to put them away for the winter, that would be that could be a nice thing.
That would be kind of nice. That reminds me of the old
I just leave my
Seinfeld.
windows down.
Yeah,
well,
see,
My
I
windows are
love that
down
smell.
all the time.
well, I don't
have
know.
it.
It seems like every DeLorean I've ever been around or whatever, it seems like it's always had that. I guess it's like maybe the
It's the
age
smell.
glue.
Yeah, it's a very distinct smell in every
The
single
must-
DeLorean I've been there.
Yeah, it's like the old glue, I guess, maybe that's used in interior. I don't know, but
Yeah, I don't know.
even like the brand new interiors put in, you still have that distinct, maybe faint DeLorean smell. Like,
Yes.
I actually quite enjoy it. I mean, I actually like it. And I guess maybe I like old smell mustard gas too. So maybe that's what's wrong with me. I don't know.
And there's that smell that you have after you've been working on your car all day, of the man smell. Oh, here comes Justin. Maybe he read it. I don't know if he did or not. Let's see if he did.
Justin looks preoccupied.
How you doing, Justin?
I'm sad you're not in your room, by the way, Andy. I'm very sad about this.
Oh, I'm in the living room tonight.
It's not the same.
It's kind of warm outside, and I don't really feel like sitting in the garage.
No, you know what? So the wife actually don't even care. He's like, you're not in your room. Go back to your room.
No, actually, she had surgery on Friday.
Oh.
On her foot, so she's upstairs. She may be in and out of consciousness. I'm not really sure, but I have to stay in the house just in case the boys wake up because I can't hear anything in the garage. So that's how I'm in here tonight. But Sean, we'll try our best next week. All right.
Thank you. It's not the same, so
I know. That's why I have a particular movie playing on the background there, just to try to get you a little bit of a feel of the show.
No wonder I had Tourette's.
What's that? You can't see the other?
No, it's your wall.
Oh, you're on your phone. One of the other squares.
Yeah.
Here.
You assigned a square to your own self. That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm signed in twice. Here. There you go.
I see that. Oh, there you go. Thanks. That's
Gotta
can't be
sign in.
lonely. The candy scene with the mess up. The candy the candy
Yes.
jar empties itself between scenes. Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
And
There it is.
just be,
There it is.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
very easy, yeah.
Just
Well, it's
because I'm
already
that
empty at that
particular
point.
person, under fair use and for discussion and educational purposes while broadcasting on YouTube, the following copyrighted material is here for blah, blah, blah.
That's why I have it on mute so I didn't get.
In other words, don't be a butthead and leave us be. Okay.
Yes. Well, I have a couple questions for the topics tonight.
I'm bad at questions.
Let's see here. How long have you been in the Delorean community?
Oh, sweet. Okay.
What is your favorite memory of a previous DCS? I don't know if everyone in here has been to a DCS. And what is the most... See, this is one that Jesse wrote, and I don't know what PETA thing. What is the most PETA thing?
Pain in the
PITA.
butt.
Pain in the ass.
Pain in the butt there. Okay, pain in the ass. Okay, that makes sense now. Thing that you have repaired or replaced on your DeLorean. This does not mean you paid a mechanic to do it. Pain in the butt. And how long have you been in the community? I assume, Peter, you've probably been in the community the least amount of time.
Probably longer than you think, actually. Nearly a year, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you just got your car a couple
I did.
weeks.
No, that's how
okay.
it is.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I'm doing my research and posting annoying stuff for a little while.
Wait, you did research before you bought your car? That's not
Yes.
normal.
And
That's
I'm
unheard
doing
of.
research after, but yes, I did a lot of
Kudos to you on that.
Yeah.
Most people just go out and buy the first thing they see and then they whine about it for the next 12 years.
On an unrelated note, where's Mason?
How did you think? How did you know? What, Sean? I wasn't inferring anybody's name there.
I was waiting because I heard about problems. Mason's always got a problem.
He's probably. I don't know. I haven't heard from him, but
If he's under his car, that's fine, depending on how far above his car, or how far his car is above him.
He's like Beetlejuice. If you say his name 3 times, he'll appear.
Mason, Mason, Mason.
that would be funny if all of a sudden.
Keep an eye on those stats there.
John, how long you been in the community? You've been around for a while, right? Since you were like 2.
Okay, well, even though it irritates me to say this, okay, but okay, I was about 3 years old, and my mom and my dad just recently got into a divorce. Okay, so anyway, I walked up to him, and apparently he was watching the movie. Okay,
what movie, John? What movie?
Back to the Future. Okay,
I just wanted to make. I just wanted to.
Truth. No, okay. But I will say this. Okay, this is actually where it varies off from that. Okay, so I seen the car come off the truck and the door swings open. You know, like I'm 3 years old. I'm glued to the screen.
Which movie again?
Okay, I'm not saying this is going to give me Tourette's. Okay,
it's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, isn't it?
Okay,
we're YouTube live right now, John. The Chris Burns is hearing this. Chris Burns can hear you.
God. Okay, I'm not going to. No. But anyway, my dad what he actually said was they don't make the car anymore. He goes, I don't know very much about them, but it's called the DeLorean, and he actually said they didn't make a whole lot of them that I recall. And the guy got in trouble with drug problems. He goes, I don't know anything more than that. And, you know, let's say fast forward maybe first grade, second grade, I actually started doing book reports and stuff on the car. That's how I really got into it. And I just fell in love with the history of the car. And the funny thing is I had a strong passion for the Titanic. So Titanic built in Northern Ireland, which also the DeLorean, I guess that just really stuck. So, and but anyway, I've been in the DeLorean community. I think I started DeLorean Fanatics about 10 years, almost 10 years ago. So I've been in the DeLorean community before that. It's about 16 years, I think. Wow. So it's been a long time. I've actually learned a lot from the community, and so I actually hope to have my car here real soon. I hope. I got my eyes on one right now. You've heard me talk about this before.
Mhm.
So
When did not to I mean go backwards in your story, but when did DMC talks start? When was that? That was Tamir, right? When did that all begin? Anybody know?
I don't know, but
Weird.
I remember being in middle school having a DMC a talk account. I mean, the teacher goes, "John, what are you doing?" Nothing. It's like, why are you on this page about a car? It's none of your business. But
Enter
John,
my world.
take a second and look at the movie night screen. Does this look familiar to you when
Oh,
it
this
first
is
inspired you to
John.
yeah,
enjoy the car?
yeah. Well,
This-
the first time I seen a mobile meth lab. Okay, John, shut up.
In other words, you saw
Um,
this before Breaking
According
Bad.
to the show Cops, meth is a pretty popular thing right now.
Well, okay, okay. I'm not doing any drug jokes. Okay, we're Facebook Live. I don't need to get Andy here in trouble with be like, hey, this guy's been an asshole. But anyway,
Oh, I think anybody who's watching that knows we're all kind of assholes anyway. So
well,
No, you got a
but,
little bit of a guilty conscience.
well, and also, like I said, after doing research on the car, and I absolutely fell in love with it, and there's no other car on the road that looks like it. So,
the movie. You fell in love with the movie? Is that what I just heard you say?
no, I said I fell in love with the car. CAR, not
I
movie.
heard I fell in love
MOVIE.
with the car from the movie.
I thought I heard the movie in that one.
No,
The
I
word
said
movie came up.
car. No,
Yeah,
but
that's we are. Yeah.
after okay, yes,
We're all in
it
agreement
actually
here.
helped me introduce. But it wouldn't have been too much longer after that. Then I actually seen some of the other TV shows that featured the DeLorean. I can't remember the names of them on top of my head. Well, Wedding Singer, that's one.
Yeah, but the
And
Wedding
so-
Singer didn't come out until like 2005. You saw
I still look, okay. I still remember.
Nile is not just the river in Egypt, John.
Yes, but okay. Yes, I may not be Back to the Future fan at all. I mean, but hey, whatever, tickles your fancy. Okay, but anyway. But I still love the car for what it is. And but anyway, let's see. Yeah, it's been about 16 years. So it's kept me out of trouble, that's for sure. People was like, hey, do you want to go to a party? Nah, I'm going to go do research on DeLoreans. I was that loner kid. I remember my girlfriend came over to my house and she came up.
There it is. I was waiting for it.
Okay. She's seen my DeLorean collection. She goes, oh my God, why do you have so many things of the same car? I'm like,
Ugh. What other car would you want to get stuff for?
I know, right?
Hey, has anyone, not to sidetrack, but this scene, has anyone actually looked for the little Gremlins notepad that he has on there that was just surfaced on the internet a few weeks ago?
I tried to find it. I couldn't find it.
I
on the
found
right
it.
side.
I can't. Oh no. I mean, I can't. I found the scene. I zoomed in on or whatever, and it really is a real thing. Like he's actually wearing a actual little Gremlins notepad. I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
So that's
I
the third
I
blend.
want to see the deleted scene when he's like at like a hill or something, and he's looking around for a notepad. He just happens to see that on the clearance rack, and he just grabs it.
That's it. Yeah, that's. I don't know. That's too
And
funny.
also to answer your
Anyway.
second question, I may be getting ahead, and Andy, you can slap me
No,
down if you want
go
to.
for it.
But when you actually said the DCS thing, I was actually planning to go to the one in Dayton, Ohio, and
Was that 2008, 16?
14. No, it was like 14, I think.
Oh,
It was like 15 or 14. I can't remember. But anyway, my manager goes, where are you going? I said, well, I'm going to go to a DeLorean get together in Dayton, Ohio. He goes, oh, cool. Give me the dates and I'll make sure you have off. Well, my brain, for some reason, got the week after DCS. So
seriously?
I went,
Jeez.
yes. So I gave him the week after DCS. And as soon as I gave him that, I was like, oh, shit.
They couldn't
I seen on
change that for
Facebook, I
you?
was like, I went back here and changed it. He goes, sorry, man, you already approved. I'm like, fuck.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
that stinks.
yeah. So,
So
it's
have you
like,
been to
well,
a DCS at all? Ever?
I've never been to a DCS. I was actually going to go to the one in, was it Illinois? Was it Chicago?
The last one?
Yeah,
Yeah, outside of
I was
Chicago.
going to go to the last one, and well, I think it was a money issue. No, I had work. Okay, it was work and a money issue. So I was like, no, I can't go to this one either. And I was going to go to this year, but this virus thing kind of slept. So I guess I may try. And is it every 2 years? Is it every 2 years?
I think that's been the pattern. And then the one in Ireland, I think, is like every 5 years. I think that's what it is.
Well, I was going to go to that one too, and well, there's this virus COVID thing going on, and I was like, well, I don't
think
know
it's
if
scheduled for 2021. Does anybody know
it
about
is.
this?
It is in
It's
March. Yeah, it's
scheduled
in
to
March.
happen. I think was in March or something.
Is it still
Yeah.
on? Is it still?
As far as I know.
It is
Yeah.
so far, but I don't think I want to chance it. Plus, I think a plane ticket's going to be like $1,100. So I was like, well, I really can't swing that right now. So I'm just like, well, I got everything
That's a
going
lot.
on.
I'd love to go to
First,
something like that in Ireland, but man, that would just
I do
be,
too.
it'd be a lot of money.
I am going to go get my passport. I am going to go get my passport, and I think one of the things I want to do is go hang out with maybe the Delorean Canada Club and go to Northern Ireland here, maybe in 2022. I was actually talking about that today. So
To Canada.
Canada's really big. You got to pinpoint an area.
Yeah,
well,
it's a pretty big piece of land.
yeah. Well, maybe I'll come out and hang out with Corey, and then come out and see Sean and
The thing is, we're relatively close together, really. When it comes to the big scheme of things, I mean, up where we are, like everything's an hour and a half away, so you always kind of get prepared for it. So
I'll tell you what,
wouldn't be hard.
when I come in, just be prepared to fire up the grill, and I want to cook some American food there. Okay,
At
Be
2 o'clock in the
expected-
morning.
If you
Hey.
can bring me extra sharp cheddar, then that would be super.
all right.
Because I went stateside twice last year. I came home with 6 pounds of it each time. Or no, I came home
Oh
with
my
12
gosh.
pounds each time.
Well, yeah, as Justin is my witness, I used to cook it's like 2 a.m. I was like, I'm gonna go smoke ribs out on the grill at 2 a.m. But I actually did something here recently. I think I posted it on the page. I think it's like 12 o'clock at night or so. I was like, I'm gonna go back
I
to
saw
my old
those
roots.
grillings. They look
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Corn,
steak and
too?
shrimp. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, it was steak and corn. Yeah.
I should warn you, here we are charcoal people.
Yes, I am too. I do not like propane. I'm sorry, Hank Keel, that pisses you off, but I'm charcoal all the
I
way.
can taste it and I don't like it.
It's the devil's fuel.
Well, I grilled so much. I used to use it as a smoker too. I smoked ribs for the grill for like 11 and a half hours. I used to do that all the time. And apparently it burnt a hole through the bottom of the thing. And one day I was just sitting there smoking ribs, and all of a sudden I felt like ash hit my foot. I'm like, oh, ow, I hurt. I looked down, I was like, oh, there's a hole on the bottom of it. I was cleaning it out, making sure all the ash was gone, and all of a sudden the whole bottom fell out. So, that's lovely. So, and then I got with my girlfriend, and it's like you don't have money to go do this, and I was like, I'm sorry. So,
That's a whole other ballpark. Justin, how long you been in the community? Go.
Oh man, well, I don't even know what age it would be. I think I was introduced to the movie around 6, maybe. It had to be around 19. Yeah, maybe a little earlier than that. Probably about 5, about 90, 91. Enamored with the car. My dad's like, you don't want that. That thing was a piece of shit. Yeah. Don't care. I'm a 4-year-old. Trust me, a 5-year-old. I don't care. So just an ongoing thing with it, never really had any information on it until I was probably closer to about 11 or 12. And I found a book at the local library called the Ultimate Car Book. And it actually had a full page with pictures and everything. I'm like, wow, okay, so this actually gave me some information into the car, not realizing that it, separate the car from the movie, obviously.
Hmm.
But I would say I was kind of just here and there wherever I could get information for a long time, and I wouldn't say that I really got really into the car until probably about, I don't know, 17, 18. That's when I really started doing research on it and reading anything I could on it and everything else. That was probably due to the internet, starting to become mainstream. So, I mean,
What about the community itself? Who did you first
um,
get to know
I,
or meet or whatever?
I happened to come across a repair shop in Delaware, Ohio, Buell Automotive, who specialized in working on DeLoreans. I was actually delivering parts at the time. I was probably 20 and didn't realize that this little shop in Delaware, Ohio specialized in working on DeLoreans. And I saw like 4 of them outside the shop the one day, and
Oh,
I was like, holy crap, I got to see these cars.
yeah.
I pulled in and I got to meet the owner, Dave, and found out, he's a really cool guy, and he was part of the DeLorean Owners Club of Ohio. So, that was kind of the introduction to it, but I didn't actually join the club until probably 2013, 2014. And that was almost 3 years before I bought my car in 2016. So, I mean, I've always been interested in the car, and, but I didn't actually get really heavily involved in the community probably much before I was, probably 2014, I'd say. So that's
What did your dad say when you bought the car? What was his?
Oh, he
reaction?
knew I was going to buy one eventually. He knew I was going to.
What did they say after you got the car? Does he still say, "Oh, it's a piece of shit"? Or what's his opinion?
No, I think after I was able to educate him a little bit more on it, and he kind of sees the car for what the car is, and I kind of explained to him like, yeah, it had some of these problems, but these are problems that are easily fixed, and he's reconciled the whole thing. I mean, he doesn't really make fun of the car or anything else. He's happy that I was able to get one because I've wanted one for so long. So, no bad blood there.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, you bought a DeLorean, I'm disowning you.
Sean, how about you?
Well, so I don't want to be like John, but I did see the movie and I enjoyed the car as well. And I was probably like, probably 1990, 1981, something like that. I didn't even know a DeLorean was a real car until I was probably 10 or 11. And then I went on the World Wide Web and I found entermyworld.com.
The World Wide
Samir's website from back in the day. And I remember they're making a new DeLorean, too, the purple one everybody saw back in the day. I'm like, wow, it's still a thing. And then I saw a DeLorean in real life when I was like 14. In Canada, we don't have DeLoreans up here for the most part. And I knocked on his door because I seen him pulled into his garage. For you people who hate people do that, I did that.
Oh,
And,
you went up to the guy when the garage door already came down.
Sure did. And for 20 years, I harassed him to sell it, and eventually he sold it to me. Actually, he gave it to his son, and then his son sold it to me.
Good enough.
So,
Doesn't matter how you got it.
Doug, we're talking about how long
really
you've been in the community.
Oh, I think I started with hi guys. Good evening. My apologies for being late.
Oh, it's all right. Hanging out.
I think I have my car for 8 years maybe, and I started with DMC Talk. That's how I found everybody. And then the Facebook page. I think Andy, you pretty well started the Facebook page. At least I think so.
Which one?
The one
RentDelorean?
Yeah, I think so. RentDelorean. So what's that? 4 years? 5 years? No, it's more than that.
Oh, the actual. Oh, yeah. 2015 is when I started RentDelorean.
So
I guess it's been 5 years.
Is that when you and I met in Vegas?
Probably.
Okay. All right. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with that.
Yeah.
So I'll say 5 years on RentDelorean, probably 7, maybe 8 years on DMC Talk. 8 years. I'm gonna go with 8 years. Actually, I've had that car for a little while. So yeah, let's say 8 years. What was the other? There were 3 questions, right?
Yeah, I just we were just talking about how long we've been in the community, but the other 2 questions were, what's your favorite memory from a previous DCS, and what is the most pain in the ass thing that you have repaired or replaced on your DeLorean? It does not mean you paid a mechanic to do it.
So my favorite memory was DCS 2014, the only one I've been to. I got there early.
Was
My
that in
wife,
Ohio?
yep, that was in Dayton, Ohio,
Yep.
and so it's right up the street from me. I haven't. That's the only DCS I've ever done, and my wife was excited because Christopher Lloyd was going to be there, et cetera, et cetera. And I was, of course, working with Ken Konsulik from the Cincinnati or the Ohio DeLorean Club. I was helping make T-shirts and whatever for weeks beforehand or months beforehand. And my wife was going to come up because at the end of maybe Friday after work. So Christopher Lloyd is walking through the tent and he's signing anything, taking photos with anybody. It's just a super, super nice guy.
I heard that. I'm sorry to interrupt. I heard that as soon as he got there, he went to the gym, started working out. Wasn't it?
With that, I don't know about that, but at the point where I was in the story, he's walking through the tent, signing autographs, taking pictures, the whole thing. And my wife calls. She says, "I'm here. Where do I go?" My wife doesn't know the difference between north and down. I mean, so there's a huge, park in the parking lot. She parks at the other end of the visitors parking lot at the hotel. She's a mile and a half away. And she comes around. I said, Christopher Lloyd is walking towards our car. You need to get here. And
Oh,
she,
snap.
yeah, you need to
Book it.
hustle. So she gets there. Oh God, every bit of 3 minutes, maybe 2, before Christopher Lloyd comes up on our car, and I asked him if he would sign my glove box, which he did.
Oh,
and we have
that's cool.
yeah, we have a photo of all of us in front of the car, making sure you can see the license plate. It says "Power of Love," and we got our photo. And she still has her purse around her shoulder because she ran right in. She had no idea, front parking lot, back parking lot, all that good stuff. So that's really the only DCS memory I have, aside from the rest of the event, which is just a blur.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm torn on my what was the other question?
What's the
the
most
worst repair?
pain in the butt thing you've done on your car that you didn't pay somebody to do it?
Okay, so I have a new one coming up. My pressure regulator is original, so it's got to go. But before that, while we were working on the car, I had to replace the fuel filter and the fuel line that went from the fuel filter. This is before we tried to start it. And this was at Ken Konsulik's place, up on jack stands, 9:00 at night. Me with a couple wrenches under the car. Almost everybody had gone by then, and I think the people were still working on their cars. And I determined, I told I'm going to get this done. I am going to do this. I know it's just a fuel filter, but everybody knows that fuel filter is in a place you can't get to on your back up on jack stands, So
Yep.
I got it done. I was so happy with myself. The rest of it's nothing, fuel lines, big deal. They're up on top of the engine.
Mm-hmm.
What else did I do? I did some other stuff. I did come home from a 4th of July parade once. And I got maybe 2 miles from home, and I noticed my alternator light was on and my temperature light was pegged. And I remembered, oh yeah, those 30-year-old fan belts probably needed to be replaced. I broke the fan belt or whatever you call it. And
It was overheating?
So yeah, what got me was the alternator light came on, and I look at it, I'm like, oh shit. You know what? I could probably, I'm thinking the alternator belt broke because it's original and I forgot to replace it. I'll turn the headlights off. I'll turn the air conditioning off. I'll turn everything off. It's 4th of July. It's 1,000 degrees outside. I'm a mile and a half away from home. I can get home on the battery. But then I noticed the temperature gauge was pegged, and I'm like, oh, same fan belt. That's the same belt. Oh shit! So the water pump's not turning. So I pulled off at the very next street I could find, and I wonder if I have the greatest photo your wife has the greatest look your wife has ever given you when the car broke down. Let me see if I can find that. She was she gave me the look like you didn't fix this. So give me a second. So
Oh,
you guys,
the death stare.
yeah, the death stare. So I pulled over. Oh, and of course the ever popular. I pull into a side street, pull over. The car is steaming all over the place. Pop the hood, water boiling as expected, and some really nice. I remember silver. Some really nice guy in a silver pickup truck pulls in behind me, and he passes me, and turns around. I'm thinking, oh, Good Samaritan's good. Hey, can I give you some water? Do you need some help? The very first one rolls down his window. What's the matter? Flux capacitor go bad? I'm like, oh, you fucking dick. I've never wanted to punch somebody more in my life.
I hate that. That has happened so many times. I mean, could you imagine, you're driving around somewhere and you see somebody broken down and you pull up to them and
Yeah.
they're, what's the matter? You don't have any air in your tires? And then leave. Like, what's wrong? But everybody has a joke.
Yep. The flux capacitor.
Don't have any gas in your tank? And then
It
drive
just
away.
fascinates me that everybody that makes the flux capacitor joke thinks that they're the first one
Yes.
to make it.
Yeah.
I just came up with that.
That's the
Like,
first.
it's like, yeah, dude, no, you're the comedian that talks
That's
about
the
airplanes.
best joke
None of
I've
them have
ever
ever
heard.
done that.
Exactly.
I don't remember exactly who this is, but apparently this guy got so sick and tired of the flux capacitor jokes. He actually had a flux capacitor tattooed on his ass. So when someone when someone goes, "Where's the flux capacitor?" He just mooned them. Like, "Here you go, motherfucker."
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
That's
My god. Bear with me. I'm looking for my
Corey, how long you been in this the community?
Tough call, there's a few ways to look at it. From catching a glimpse of these strange little cars on docks in the news when I was 8 years old, to going and seeing a certain film and watching it backing out of this truck. The film was okay. The film was funny. It was neat, but for me, it was all about this strange car with no paint and the doors that went up. And I mean, the mid 1980s up here, pre-internet, it was the library. That's what I had. I got to go to the library. So I'm reading through the old encyclopedias. I'm looking for things in the card catalogs. And I learned enough about what it was to be able to, keep that in mind. So then go off to college, go to big car shows, and people are selling brochures and pamphlets, so you buy them. And books are available at bookstores, so you buy them. And then the internet came along, and wow, suddenly I can get pretty much anything I want at any given time. So that was neat. Decided I wanted one, but didn't know how to go about that. So I mean, from 8 years old, film came out, I was 10, and just kept moving forward and always wanted to do it, and had a separate little place to put money anytime I needed to. And just like everything else and everyone else, something would come along that required you to take that money and put it somewhere else.
Right.
So I didn't go crazy with stuff. I know John answered somebody's comments within the last day or two about, hey, keep your eyes on the prize, don't buy that toy, focus on the big one. And he said, hey, don't you worry, I'm eyes on the prize and I'm watching my money, which is the right thing to do, of course. So, I mean, a couple little things here and there, not so bad. Got my license plates a solid decade before I had the car. I just wanted to tie it up in the system so no one else could have them. I got my license plates in 1996. They sat in an envelope and never got used until I had the car.
How do you
Wow.
do that? You don't have a VIN number or anything.
Different jurisdictions. Here, all I need is my driver's license. You can apply for a personalized
What?
plate, and then
But you don't
can
even need
get
a car.
right, because in here in Ontario,
Canadians,
the
man.
plates are associated with the driver's license, not the vehicle.
Ah.
So I move plates from
Huh.
place to place, and that's something I kind of
That
touched
is
on
so
before.
cool.
These are some old license plates that I've had for years and haven't been in use for a while. This little piece of paper is an ownership that covers, my basic information and goes along with the plate. And you have validation stickers every year or two, and you just keep replacing them, and that keeps
Wow.
everything good. So
your plates are attached to you and not to the car. Is that what
that's
you mean?
right.
So
Interesting.
And I mean, it works. They if a person leases a vehicle, the vehicle's in the name of the finance company, but you're on the supplementary application. So you have a tie to the vehicle. The plate's associated with you. So if you use our toll highway, which works a lot like some of the interstate toll highways, you have a transponder or it reads your plate with cameras, you still get the bill. It never goes to the finance company. For example, parking tickets, same thing. Moving violations, same thing. So I had my plates, and I refused to put them on a car until I actually had the car. And
it's kind of cool. It's, I
yeah.
mean, like especially like if you're a 16-year-old, just got your license, but you haven't got your dream car yet, you can actually go and get that dream car license plate and then
That's
work,
right.
like kind of like work for that.
Or at least you can certainly try to. We have a website here, and you can go in, and they give you a
That's really
chance.
cool.
You have to give them some of your information. You got to give them your driver's license, and you can run 3 different plate ideas within certain restrictions. You can choose to get graphics or not. You can use an English or French slogan, which I went English because I'm really not great with French. And then you can see if they're available, and it even shows you what it would look like, what your plate could look like.
That's really cool.
They do sometimes ask for a reason, like what's your purpose? So I said
Right.
license plate to go on stainless steel DeLorean. So STNLSS, stainless.
Mhm.
It was explained, and it was fine. And they showed up in the mail after a week or so. They took my money. I did the same thing with my Corvette. I ordered online. I had a chance to try out a few different ones, and they were available. So I clicked on it, explained my reason, and sent it off. And a week or so later, they showed up, put them on the car.
I'm still waiting for my temporary registration to clear. They haven't cashed my check yet, so I can't get my custom
So-
plate until they do that.
all
So-
in due time, I hope. But in the meantime, is it really yours? While you're waiting. So yeah,
Yes, it is.
been around the community for a while as a lurker. Discovered DMC Talk back in 07, 08. And if I think about it, I think there were some things back from as far as like 03 and 04, the original one. And then they went down in 2011. They came back a few weeks later. So everything you see now is from 2011 forward. But some people would repost a how-to that they had done on how to go into the manifold, which Andy has seen and used, or how to do whatever, various things. So that answers that. DCS memory, never went to a DCS. But I happened to be traveling through after picking my car up in the week leading up to DCS Gettysburg in 2008. And I would have loved to go, but had a passenger with me. Dad came with me, and he just really, we didn't have the time, and we didn't have it planned. And our insurance company was willing to accept us being in the States driving this car, but we had to be back across the border by end of day Friday. So otherwise we were not covered. So that was kind of our issue there. So my big story is I could have been to a really great kick-ass one with brand new owner, stigma all attached to me. Didn't get to make it. Most difficult thing, I broke a bolt. Well, okay, trailing arm bolt broke while driving in 2009. I had just gone on a very big trip around the province, went here, grouped up with a bunch of owners, and then drove across the greater Toronto area. It's a pretty big place and a pretty busy highway. Stayed a few days at my sister's, and then drove back home. Next day was driving to Sudbury, which Sean knows about because it's, that much closer to his terrain than here, but an hour and a half drive. And we thought, hey, before we get where we're going, we're just going to a weekly car show. Let's pull in at this gas station and get a drink. And before I really had a chance to react, I'm like, that's a pothole. Oh, shoot. Brace yourself. And bump, clang, ting, ting, ting. And I said, we just broke a tab. So we were already going slow. We were already going straight. So that was not a horrible situation. It could have been so much worse. And we waited for the tow. We got towed home, and I had them bring it back to the garage where I normally keep it, and fought to get the tab out of the arm. I think I needed a 20-ton press, which I had to farm out. That part I did. But then going back to it, I figured, well, let's get new tabs, let's get new bushings. And I broke a bolt, knowing that there was a backing bolt on one of the brackets on the right side. It was the front one on the right-hand side of the ones that hold the bushing in place. So I spent a week drilling that out on my back, kind of like this.
Ouch.
Yeah, so that was like Monday, Tuesday. It finally happened near midnight on Saturday, and it was the best feeling ever. But I despised that. I don't ever want to do it again. Yeah, okay, accumulator's horrible, especially with big hands and whatnot. But I think I'd still rather do that than have a broken bolt that I don't know what to do with.
Right. Sure.
That I have to work on. And I mean, it's mission critical. If that doesn't get fixed and doesn't get fixed right, can I drive the car safely? That's a huge deal. So it's been good ever since. So I think that covered everything, didn't it?
I think it did.
Okay,
Yeah.
be quiet for a bit.
Hey, Jesse, welcome in. How you doing?
Hey,
I'm
Jesse.
doing all right. I'm fresh, cleaned up, still exhausted, but I'm here.
Woohoo! Hey, before we, Jesse, the questions were, how long were you were you currently, I guess, in the Delorean community? Let me find the questions here. What's your favorite memory of a previous DCS? And what is the most pain in the ass thing you have repaired or replaced on your DeLorean? This does not mean you paid a mechanic to do it. But before I
Nice.
do that, I have the certain movie that John loves in one of the squares, and I paused it. I paused it here because I just thought, speaking of DCS, here's my request for anyone that is listening. Every event that I go to, and DCS is always fun, and there's always, everyone dresses up as Marty. There's a million Martys and all that kind of stuff. But I have a request for anyone out there that would like to really do something creative, is dress up as that character that's on the screen right now. I think that would be
Oh,
such
that
a
would be
cool
funny.
That would be funny.
inside joke
Yeah,
between
that would be
Back to the
funny.
Future fans. And what is it? From space. What was it called? From space? Something from space.
Spaceman from Pluto.
Well, when he says, "I've seen this one." It's
It's
when
a rerun.
Oh, yes, where
It's
Ralph
when
dressed up as the
Jackie
man from
Gleason-
Ralph.
space.
That's it. That's his name.
Oh,
Ralph.
yeah.
Yes, I think that would be such a cool costume because, especially the true fans walking around at an event, people were like, "What are you supposed to be?" I don't, there's 12 Martys and 16 Docs and
Right.
girls
Right.
dressed up as Jennifers, and we've seen them all. But somebody walking around like that, that would be like, okay, that's a good one. So, anyway, that's my digress.
Well, when you said like the 12 Martys or 100 Martys, that reminded me is like, what's that one where he keeps sleeping with his mother? It's like a spoof. I can't remember.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it has a picture of like
pretty good.
20 or 40 Marty.
Well, I remember the 2015. I did a huge event in Las Vegas for October 21st, 2015, and there's a picture somewhere out there with at least 30 Martys all dressed up and stuff, and it was such a
Jesus.
cool. I mean, it was that was the big day, the 30th anniversary, whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
But there
Sure.
were so many different Marty. It was such a cool thing. But I don't know. I have it on in the background here, and I'm watching. I'm like, hey, that would be a cool. It looks like it's just like a pot, like a a big pot that you put on your head, and this metallic
It
looking.
looks easy. It looks easy to
It
make.
looks like an easy thing, and it'd be a really cool. Anyway, so Jesse, go. That's just a side note there.
So are we? Did I just miss all three questions, or are we going
Yeah,
around?
I mean, yeah,
first?
yeah. I think everyone's thrown their answer in, except for me. But
Sure.
How long you been
So,
in the community here?
doing math here, about 18 years, I believe. I I jumped into the DeLorean community feet first at DMC Talk when it was called EnterMyWorld.com, and yeah, that was back in 2002, and I was 14.
18 years?
Yeah, 18 years.
Wow.
I was 14.
Jeez. That's cool.
Yeah.
What was it
Yeah.
called? Into My World? That was the
No,
pre DMC.
Enter My World.
Enter.
And that was
Yep.
that was before DMC Talk.
Absolutely. So if you actually go to the website, I mean, it does kind of sound like porn, you know, but if you
Oh, now
type
it
in
does sound like that.
entermyworld.com, it's Tamir's amazing DeLorean website. I mean, it's
Well,
huge.
Enter My
It's like a
World.
historical database.
well, Jesse,
Well, it
according to
crashed
Burns,
back
that
in the
is
day.
porn.
Yeah, right.
Like
Oh,
it
wow.
crashed back in the day.
Yeah.
It lost half of its content. Like it used to be way bigger.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that. I actually started around that time, and then it was changed shortly after.
Right.
Yeah, 'cause that's when it crashed and it lost all its stuff. Like it used to be like D's on TV and stuff on there and everything.
Well, no,
Huh.
it's still in there. You just have to navigate to all that stuff through the shit on the top banner. So yeah.
Wow. Look
So
at all that.
you go into each category, and then of course your submenu on the right changes, but everything's still there. All the content is still there, and it's a rabbit hole.
Jeez. Anybody listening, that's entermyworld.com. There is a
Interesting.
ton of
Interesting.
information here.
So this so the forums of DMC Talk used to be entermyworld.com/forums. And then they ended up rebranding the forums, I think around 2006, 2007 to dmctalk.com. And then that forum ended up crashing and burning in the great crash of 2011. And it is what it is today at that point, or from that point forward.
So if you put your here, I went to the contact page. Is Tamir the one that's receiving this?
Yes,
Oh,
Tamir and
okay.
his brother Elon.
Oh,
So something I do want to show you. Go to shop. This is something that's been on my wish lists for 18 years now. So on the right, go to stainless steel products.
Following along as you say that, go ahead.
Stainless steel label kit. This is all the labels for the car in stainless steel plastic.
Oh, I have one of these. I have
Wow.
one of these.
Yeah.
When
185.
when Cliff died, in Ken Conslick's
Look at
friend,
that.
when he died, he had a couple of these kits, and his family was selling them. So I bought one. Kind of, no, sure, why not?
Nice.
I'm thrilled to death that I did. But yeah, I have that. I have that exact kit.
It's really not that much. I mean, it's $185, but so they're all printed on stainless. And then how do they stick? Do they have like little?
Yeah,
There's
there's
adhesive
bag.
backing.
adhesive on the
Back.
back. I haven't. You know what? I haven't put mine on because,
Really
for example,
nice.
the in the top of the center there, that's the air filter cover box.
Yes.
I have my original sticker,
Oh,
and I have
this.
the stainless part, and I'm like, that looks actually out of place. So I just put mine in a bag, and I haven't put mine on yet. So because all my stickers are pretty, still there.
Yeah.
But they're nice, but I didn't use them even after I bought them. So
There was
Yeah.
another owner up here that wound up buying that kit, and I think for a while it was available through the DMC Houston facility, because I don't remember quite where he got them. He's in BC now, but I got to see the kit, and I mean, it is phenomenal. It's like buying a deluxe Monopoly set where the cards are like,
Nice.
gold plate or whatever. The one thing that I found funny, or not funny, like not a bad thing, but they have an adhesive backing, so you got to take that off and then you can place it. But anything that's a sticker that's curved, you kind of have to do a test fit and just kind of pressure form it. Otherwise, of course, it's not going to work quite right.
right.
And
Yeah, that
then,
would be the same case for the airbox, though. I mean, if
Yeah.
it's straight up flat, you'll probably have to, form it, because I mean, it would have some sort of slight curve.
somewhere.
Yeah.
But very nice product though, for when you got everything else kind of done and you're like, well, how am I going to treat the car this week?
Right.
So just in case anybody is interested in those, I did reach out to Tamir, I guess about 8 months ago, maybe a little bit longer than that, and just to see if he still sold it, because Enter My World is pretty damn dated. And he said, yeah, I don't have any in stock, but my guy still makes these. He just makes them to order, you know. I was like,
Right.
okay, cool, you know. And he said, yeah, you know, the price is straight up $225, and you know, plus shipping. And he said that it was like a 6 to 8 week lead time because they are truly, you know, they're laser cut and, you know, stamped and all that. I was like, all right, cool. I ain't got the money, but thanks.
And
And
that was the other thing is they're done in such a way that you think if you put it in the engine compartment, it's going to stand up to that, the heat and the cold and the heat and the cold.
Oh yeah,
Quality product.
right.
and
Absolutely.
anyone listening, if you go to that site and you type in Rent DeLorean, you will not get a discount. So there you go.
That's funny.
Actually, for anyone listening, so I'm on YouTube right now, and I'm going to stop that stream, and I'm going to continue the stream onto the Facebook page for DeLorean owners. So if you are listening now and you want to keep listening, switch over to the other one. And there we